Hi, welcome back to On The Volley, as we like to be known, OTV, where we talk about all things football. Now, finally we're here. We're approaching, the start of the Premier League. We just couldn't wait for it. Or could we? That depends on who you support. Now, the first game, the opening game of the season, is Brentford against Arsenal on Friday. As you can see, I'm an Arsenal supporter. Am I excited? No. Am I worried? Damn right I'm worried, But I'm not going to go into that now, because this isn't the time or the place. We're just going to talk about the games on Saturday, also Arsenal, if it's on Friday, yes, but mainly Saturday, because that's where all the games are going to be, or the main quota of games. We're going to give our predictions on some of the games, and we're also going to give our predictions on the top three and the bottom three, who we think is going to be relegated. As an Arsenal supporter, like I said, I'm not confident, but I'll be doing another podcast on that. We're now going to go to someone who I think may be a tad more confident than us. Let's go to James, Liverpool.
I'm really looking forward to the new season, actually. I know we haven't made any big signings. We got Konate in, and he looks like a great defender. But to be honest, I'm just looking forward to seeing some of our old players playing again. Van Dijk's been out for a year, Gomez has been out for a year, Jota's been out for about half a year, really. Harvey Elliott's been on loan, and he's looking better and better every season. I think, it's going to be a really nice atmosphere in Anfield, with everyone back in as well. I think that'll give us a huge boost. Of course, Anfield's trialling out the standing fans now again, which should be nice. The Kop is going to have people standing up in it once again, which should be nice. I think just having fans back in the stadium should give us a huge boost as well. So I am actually positive about the season, I have to say.
Who's your first game against?
Our first game's against Norwich. And utmost respect for Norwich.
Home or away?
Home, I think it is. We've got a good track record against them. Always have to be wary of the teams coming up from the Championship. I'm positive, definitely positive.
Well, he's positive. I'm not positive. What about you, keeper?
Well, our first game of the season was against West Ham. We're at home, St James's Park. It'll be great to see St James's Park full again, full of fans. Last weekend we played Norwich in friendly. There was 20,000 there for friendly, which I think's quite fantastic, actually.
Especially this time of year.
This time of year. And it was great after all this time to see the fans back in the stadium. I think it'll be a very tough game against West Ham. West Ham were great last year. They were fantastic last year. Moyes, he's kind of getting them. He's taking them somewhere. They have made a few additions. The pre-season friendlies, wow. I mean, they've looked great.
They beat Celtic 6-2, didn't they?
They beat them 6-2, not bad. And came back from behind as well at Celtic Park. Yes, it's going to be a very tough game for us. I'm kind of hoping, I'm hoping in the next 24 hours, the next day or so, that we do sign Joe Willock. We really need him. We really need him in the squad. But Newcastle, without depth and strength this season, could have frailties. And, the likes of Alan San-Maximum is a great player, but he's injury prone. Callum Wilson, very injury prone. It worries me. It worries me if we don't have those two players fit and ready to go. It could be a problem for Newcastle.
There's been a lot of talk about Newcastle going down this season.
Yes.
A lot of people are predicting that. What do you think?
I think if we get Joe Willock on board, I don't think we'll go down. But I think it's going to be a tremendous battle, and I think it's going to be a very long, tough season for Newcastle United. And that's all I can see at this moment. Let's see how they come out on Sunday. They play on Sunday.
Well, you got positive here. Okay, you got negative here, really. Okay.
Well, it's kind of.
Well, I don't
It
know.
wasn't a negative.
Well, no. You're basing all your hopes, okay, on whether or not you sign Joe Willock, which is still up in the air. Remember that the transfer window closes on the 31st of August,
Yeah.
so a lot of things can happen between now and the 31st.
That's right.
You know, let's talk about Arsenal, I suppose, seeing as you spoke about your team.
What do you think?
Listen. We flirted with the relegation zone last season. We flirted with the relegation zone last season. Okay, and I think the change came. Okay, when Arteta finally played Emile Smith Rowe in the game against Bournemouth, if I remember rightly. Okay, and that changed our style of play because finally we had a number 10. Okay, playing, because before that we were playing without number 10 because Mesut Ozil wasn't even in the team, not even on the bench. We're suffering the same thing now. We've seen it in pre-season. We lack creativity. Okay, you can't put everything on the shoulders, okay, of Emile Smith Rowe. So, look, I think we've got some good signings. Love Ben White. I think Nuno Tavares is a great signing as well. And I think Lokonga is class. Okay, he's just slipped in and fit in well. Is that enough? I don't know. Look, my problem with Arsenal is that we haven't really got rid of the people we need to get rid of. Okay, surplus to requirements. I'm not going to call him deadwood, and I've already said that in the podcast. I think that's disrespectful. Okay, to them and their profession. But what I will say is, Bellerin should go. Willian should go. Okay, Granit Xhaka, although I think he's a great player, I don't think he's suited to our system.
He doesn't fit our set of style.
No, he would have been brilliant. Okay, for Roma. Okay, Aubameyang, he's lost a bit of form, confidence.
He seems to have lost a bit of pace.
No. I just think I don't know whether the problem is the players or the problem is Arteta. Personally, I think the problem is Arteta. So if you ask me what I think, I don't even think we're going to finish in the top 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's
And I predict Arteta getting sacked.
I could second that.
Yeah. If he carries on like this and doesn't change, absolutely. You know, you can't keep playing the same style, same players, making the same mistakes.
If Newcastle United don't do well this season, what do you think about the chances of Steve Bruce being sacked?
I mean, Newcastle's in a much different position, aren't they, really? Essentially, your goal this year is really to stay in the Premier League more than anything.
Definitely.
Whereas,
That was their goal last year as well, though.
And they achieved it.
And the year before.
Actually, it's been our goal for about 14 years.
Yeah, but you flirted with relegations in the last 2 seasons, if I remember rightly, yeah? Okay, so my question is this, is the problem Steve Bruce or is the problem Mike Ashley?
Mike Ashley for me.
Massively, Mike Ashley. But at the same time, is Steve Bruce Mike Ashley's yes man? I did see a very different Newcastle United when they brought on board Graham Jones. They changed the style of play massively towards the end of the season. It's alright. Let's give him this season. Let's see what he can do. The jury's out on that one.
What do the Newcastle supporters think?
Ashley out is probably the most common sign.
Absolutely,
really,
we know that, and we know about the takeoff bid. He wants to go. Ashley wants to sell up. So, you know, if you're a player and you're a manager and you've got someone that wants to sell out, okay, wants to go, and isn't prepared to invest heavily in the club, We're not talking about any club. We're talking about Newcastle.
Storied.
One of the biggest followings
Oh yeah.
going. Okay, right. You know, I mean, they sell out. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay,
Yeah.
they sell out week in, week out.
Well, this season's proved a bit different because, I mean, they're having problems selling season tickets.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's surprising.
That's the economic pressure of COVID.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
It's economic pressure, and I think
Do you think it's a protest from the fans as well?
it could be. It could be. It could be it could very well be a lack of money, because you know.
Oh, everyone's been hit hard.
They're daft about the club, you know. But I think some of it is a protest. I think some of it is. I think it's got to a point for some fans that maybe they've had enough, you know. We'll wait and see. I wanted to change the subject here, and I was just obviously this news about Lukaku going to Chelsea, and apparently Roman Abramovich was quite happy to break Manchester City's
Record, yeah.
signing,
Okay.
if necessary. What do you think about?
I mean, he's a cracking player, of course. One of the best strikers that was ever in the Premier League, and he's been doing great in Italy, that's for sure.
Not according to Jose Mourinho, he wasn't.
No? Okay, I mean, I must admit, most of my focus is on
Jose
the English
Mourinho
league.
was the manager when Lukaku was playing. Yeah.
Well, those two did a tango. Like, I mean, it was one day Jose Mourinho, he was the greatest player on the planet, and the next day they just kind of fell out. Didn't
I
they?
think it was a clash of personalities rather than actually on the pitch.
More like a lover's quarrel. you know.
Hold on. Who has Mourinho not clashed with?
Yeah.
What players he not clashed with? Luke Shaw apparently was crap.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Mourinho's gone, bam.
Yeah.
Rashford apparently loved him. Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, I think Manchester United, they've
strengthened a lot.
they have. I think they'll be a force next year,
As will Chelsea.
as will Chelsea. Obviously, Manchester City are there. Liverpool, great team. Van Dijk back
Oh, it changes everything. Really.
changes everything. Changes everything.
If he keeps fit.
True. No, it's a big question mark there.
So shouldn't Liverpool have bought a backup in case the same thing
Well,
happened?
we did. We brought Kanate.
Oh, he's a backup, yeah.
And he's
Okay.
a stunning player as well. He's quick.
So will Kanate start now that Virgil van Dijk's back? I mean, how's it
See,
going to
that's
work
the
out?
big question at the moment. Because, of course, Van Dijk and Gomez play so well together. It's not really sure. It's not clear what's going to happen. But we spent big on Kanate. I'd quite like to see the combination of Van Dijk and Kanate, at least at the start. Give him some breadth and see how it goes.
Do you know how much did they pay for Canal?
I think we spent about 40 million, I think it was.
40 million?
Which is quite a lot.
Yeah.
And they-
Because that figure rings true in my head with Newcastle. We bought a guy called Joe Linton.
Okay.
Yeah, for about 40 million.
He's a midfielder, is he? Or?
Apparently the same as number 9.
Okay, yeah, I'm sorry.
He isn't now. Obviously, Callum Wilson has the number 9 shirt now.
And he's a good player. And
Oh, Callum Wilson's
scores
cracking.
goals.
Was what you said
Scores
before
goals.
as well, though. He's a little bit injury prone, unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, he's a tough player, but I just thought 40 million for Joe Linton.
Well, the price has just gone through the roof, haven't they? Yeah, I mean, with players being signed for 220 million, 40 million starts to look like not that much money.
That's like years. 100 million pounds, you know.
Cracking player, but is he worth 100 million?
English tax. It's English tax, okay, as everyone now calls it. English players cost a hell of a lot more. Okay.
I heard a funny thing. Liam Gallagher, ex-Oasis, basically had said if Grealish is worth 100 million, Phil Foden must be worth at least 500 million.
No, but I'd agree with that. I think Foden's actually a better player with certainly much more potential ahead of him.
two different types of players.
Agreed.
Okay, if you don't
Totally,
mind.
totally.
Foden is younger, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, much younger, yeah.
Okay, right. And I think he's a great player. Okay, but I wouldn't go and put. And this is the trouble. Okay, with us English, we overhype our players. We put them under so much pressure, and comments like that do not help.
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm not having a go. Yeah, I'm having
No,
a go. What's his name? Gallagher coming out and saying something like that. Do you know what I mean? It's ridiculous.
I mean, the man comes up with some rubbish in general.
Yeah, really.
Not his songs. His songs.
His songs are
His
brilliant.
songs.
Yeah, stick the music. Whenever I see you on the street, don't hit me. Okay?
Listen. I think we should go on now. Okay. We spoke about Liverpool. We've spoken about Newcastle. We've spoken about Arsenal. Should we go on to see do a couple of predictions on the results
Yeah,
for this weekend?
yeah.
Okay. Should we start with Friday's game, Brentford v Arsenal?
Well, it's a big kick-off, isn't it?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
And it's a big moment for Brentford.
Oh, huge.
It's a huge moment, but I believe that Arsenal are going to win 3-1.
Right.
Definitely an Arsenal win. Yeah, I'm going to put my money on an Arsenal win.
I'd say an Arsenal win as well, but I wouldn't be quite as confident as 3-1. I'd say 2-1 is probably more realistic. Brentford had a cracking season last season.
I agree with you, but I still think Arsenal will have too much if he puts out the right team.
I think Brentford are going to be a little bit of a surprise in this league.
Yeah, I agree.
But I honestly think that Arsenal will win 2-1.
Okay, you put these down, yeah. You write them down, yeah. So we have it down when you put the what do you call it, the video
You
up.
have a video.
Yeah, but I still want you to write down the
yeah.
comment section, okay, right? So
Yeah, I think I honestly think Arsenal will come out winners on the free league. I do think that. Obviously Saturday, I'm just looking here. Obviously there's a big one. Man United are playing Leeds.
Ooh, that's a grudge match there, really.
Big one, isn't it?
It is. It's one of those games where I can see it being a bit of a dirty game, really, very scrappy. Yeah, I could see that ending up quite happily 0-0 there, really.
Are we going back to dirty Leeds?
I wasn't saying that, but it is a bit of a grudge match.
to all the Leeds supporters, I apologise to them, okay?
I love Leeds.
I don't think Leeds are dirty, okay? Anyway, how dare you insult the Leeds?
I didn't say anything, Lou. You did, Lou.
I'll take it.
Right, so what's your prediction?
0-0 for me, that one.
0-0.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
0-0.
I think it's going to be a grudge match, a slog.
I think there's going to be goals in that game.
Oh, yeah.
I think you had
Yeah.
too much to drink last night. What do you reckon?
I have to put my glasses on because
He wants to look like me, that's why.
I want to think. Yeah. I'm going to say there's going to be goals in it. I'm going to say 2-1 Man United. Again, a 2-1 prediction from me. Was tempted with 3-2 maybe, but no, 2-1.
Isn't that stupid bet for you? Okay, last time I said that, okay, right, you know, it was a stupid, he called me stupid, okay, you know.
No, 2-1 Man United.
What about you, Sharky?
I'm going with 3-2 Man United.
You want 3-2?
Yeah, I think there's going to be loads of goals. I think Leeds will score, yeah.
I think it could be. I think
Well, Bamford's a great striker. He's got goals in him, that's for sure.
What about Burnley against Brighton?
I mean, I like Brighton as a side, I have to say. I'm going to go for 1-0 Brighton there, I think. It was Burnley at home, though.
Burnley are at home.
Yeah, that's why I said Burnley.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
That's generally the team that comes
Yeah,
first.
no.
So he's new to this.
I'm still going to go for Brighton 1-0.
Brighton 1-0.
Yeah.
Sure?
1-1.
1-1. I think it's going to be a 0-0 draw.
I was thinking that, but I reckon we'll have goals. First game of the season.
Everyone's up for it.
But I'm going to draw. I'm going to draw.
No, you've got 0-0 though.
0-0.
Okay, but we've gone draw. He's got one right win.
All right, Chelsea Crystal Palace. Chelsea are at home, by the way.
Thank you. I don't see Palace being as strong as they have been in the last few years.
3-1.
3-1. I'd actually agree with you. 3-1 Chelsea. I'd have to say.
I'm going to go 3-0 Chelsea.
Fair enough. Well, it depends if they get Lukaku as well.
No, I think they've got enough already up front. I'm not even with confidence after the Champions League. So, yeah.
Now they're beaming with confidence after beating Arsenal
Oh,
in the friendly.
next one is Everton Southampton.
Ooh.
Everton with Rafa Benitez in charge. I mean, obviously as a Liverpool fan, I love Benitez there. I think he's going to do great things for them. I see that 2-0 Everton.
2-0 Everton.
Good. I'm going last this time.
I think
You
it's going
say
to
it does that, yeah?
No, I think it's going to be a draw. I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw. Everton got slaughtered by Manchester United the other week.
Yeah, but it was a friendly.
It was a friendly. You can't. No, 1-1. 1-1 for me.
I agree. I was
1-1.
thinking 1-1 as well. I'll go with 1-1 as well.
Leicester Wolves.
Hold on. Are you writing these down so you can put it down so you remember what we did?
Again, it's filming.
Oh, that's true. I keep forgetting that.
We have a record.
I keep forgetting we're filming. All right.
Yeah.
It's like three guys in a pub, you know what I mean, with a drink, just having a, you know what I mean, just having a...
Shaggy, we even have colour these days. It's like, it's amazing.
Arsenal got black and white.
Yeah, but it's black and white where I come from, you know what I mean? Alright, Leicester Wolves.
I want to go last one time. You guys can go first.
Yeah, I'll go for a draw there as well, 1-1.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I reckon 1-0 Leicester, actually.
Who did you want to go last?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I jumped the ship there, sorry.
Come on then, we've started.
1-0.
You may finish.
No, I mean, Leicester, of course, got great strikers up front. And they just bought a new one, if I'm not mistaken, as well. Can't remember his name off the top of my head down there, but they've got a hell of a good strike force up front. So I can see them getting at least a goal in there.
We've always got Vardy.
Yeah, I mean, Ancho and Konate, is it? Or
Alonso is some point.
I can't remember the new guy they've got, but we were actually in for him as well.
I haven't been researching Leicester, to be totally honest, so...
I'm going 3-0 Leicester.
3-0 Leicester. Bold, I like that. Bold.
Yeah. I think Leicester are a good side. I think we'll come out. They're at home.
Yeah.
And I think 3-0.
Kante, I think something like that. I can't remember.
Next one is Watford Aston Villa.
Has no written all over it, doesn't it?
Is it?
I think so.
I think 1-1.
1-1.
A draw.
I'm going to say 1-0 Aston Villa. Away win for Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa are going to do well this year. I do.
Any reason behind that, or just a suspicion?
They've done some good signings.
They have made some good signings, and
They've invested well, yeah.
Yeah, and they've got money still left over to spend. But I think they have made some good.
Who they get? Liam Bailey,
Yes.
Danny Ings,
Yes.
Of course, yeah, I forgot he signed for them.
and somebody else.
You know, Danny Ings,
I was one of the top scorers last season.
I would have loved him at Newcastle.
I mean, honestly, I quite like him back at Liverpool.
25 million,
Yeah.
Danny Ings, yeah. 25 million. if I'm
Great
not mistaken.
signing.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
signing.
They bought another one as well, though. I can't remember the third player they bought, I think, yeah. Pretty sure it's free. It's Danny Ings, Leon Bailey. Pretty sure there was another one. Well, I can't remember anyway. I mean, I don't really follow Aston Villa, so...
Me neither. But obviously there's 5:30 kickoff game is Norwich City v Liverpool.
So we're away. Sorry, I got that wrong there. I apologise. as I said at the
You're
start,
down at Carroll Road.
no, indeed. But we've had some.
Unless you've moved your stadium. You
No,
know.
I don't think so. But we've had some success at Carroll Road before. I'm going to go with a bold 3-0 to start the season off for us.
Okay.
I just, I don't know. I'm very positive about Liverpool this season. And as I said before, we haven't really made any marquee signings, but I see the boys in a good headspace, and I think we can do this.
I think you've got a good enough team anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it's still the team that 2 years ago won the league by 18 points. So it's
I'm going 2-1 Norwich.
2-1 Norwich. Fair enough.
Wow.
Timo Pukki scoring a nice
Wow.
pair of goals.
Don't put any money on that. Don't put any money on that. Okay. I'm just doing it to wind him up.
Yeah, honestly, I thought about this today. It's 4-0 Liverpool.
Yeah, I like that.
It's 4-0 Liverpool.
Well, I think the last time we played it was 5-0, so not a
4-0.
bad shout.
4-0, yeah.
Now, I know I'm going to get it wrong, yeah, but I just had to do it. I just had to do it.
But no, I mean, I don't know. I think Norwich at this moment in time, they have a lot of people have come in. I think it's going to take them a little while
To gel.
To blend,
to
yeah.
gel, blend, sort themselves out. So on the Sunday, on the 15th of August, there's only 2 games.
Oh, we may as well do the predictions for that.
So Newcastle meet West Ham.
Well, if you had, okay, Joe Willett, then I would have gone with Newcastle. But I reckon West Ham 2-1.
Right?
Unfortunately, I think I'll probably have to agree with that. 2-1 sounds like a likely result there. And I'm sorry to say it, Keeper, but
Don't worry.
You're going 3-0 West Ham.
I don't think that Newcastle will beat West Ham.
think you'll get a draw?
I'm sorry, Newcastle, but I've got a feeling that it's going to be 2-1 West Ham.
All 3 of us 2-1 then.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I do think we will score, but I think.
They're a great team, West Ham.
Sorry to
as well.
say it, but I don't feel confident.
Well, you're just saying what you think. It's like
I don't
when,
feel
when,
confident.
when I have to go and do the prediction against Chelsea and Man City, I know I'm going to be thinking the same way as you. As much as you don't want your team to win, you're just trying to be, apart from my Norwich one, yeah, where I just thought, let me just,
But I'm trying to be honest.
Yeah,
and,
That's the point.
But if Newcastle beat them, I'll be over the moon.
Of course.
But last one of the day is Tottenham v Man City.
That's a cracker, that.
4-1 Man City.
Wow. Well, I mean, of course, a lot rides on whether or not, what side Kane's playing for.
4-1
as
Man
well.
City. Doesn't matter.
I see City winning as well. I don't see 4-1 though. I could see a 2-1. A 2-1.
I've only gone 4-1 because I want them to score 4 goals against Tottenham.
Fair enough.
I was thinking against 6-1. Let's not exaggerate now.
No rivalry.
No, none at all. None at all.
None. I'm going 3-0.
3-0. Okay.
I think Tottenham are really going to struggle.
Well, especially
This
if they lose Kane, it's going to be a hard season for them, I think.
I just think even with Kane, I think they're going to struggle.
Fair enough.
Now, also, you can see that a couple of my predictions, okay,
A little biased.
yeah, just a little bit, okay, right? Not normal predictions that I do, but it just sort of wind up a couple of people. Liverpool supporters and Spurs supporters. That's it.
What about top 3 then, at the end of the season?
Top 4.
Top 4 again.
Top 4 we do, yeah?
Top
Okay.
4 because it used to be top 3.
No, top 4. I'm with that.
When I was a kid. When I were a lad.
When I were lad.
When I were a lad.
How was that? When I were lad.
He's getting there.
Yeah, not bad.
I'm practicing.
It's better than I could do, that's for sure.
Have
And
to
I'm
work
poor
on it,
Geordie.
but it's getting there. Top 4. Wow. I'm going to let Shaw go first with this one.
Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool, Man City.
Wow. Bold.
James?
I mean, I'm going to have to follow my heart here and say Liverpool, Man City, Chelsea, Man United.
I'm going to have to go with my heart, saying Newcastle. Newcastle. But, no, that's not going to happen. So, it did in my dream the other night.
Nice.
Chelsea, Manchester City, Man United, Liverpool. Sorry.
No, I'll take it.
Bottom three, start with you.
Bottom three. Bottom three. I'm going to say Crystal Palace, Norwich, and Watford.
I can't see Norwich staying up, to be honest, nor Watford really. The last one's a bit tricky. I mean, there's a few teams that are going to be fighting for it down there. I honestly don't know. But I mean, I might say Newcastle, unfortunately, mate. I'm really sorry about that. But
A lot of people are.
doesn't look positive around the club at the moment.
It just, I mean,
It's a prediction, you're
I
not going
kind
to
of
know.
think that.
But you can't say it.
But I'm not going to.
No, of course you're not going to say it.
I'm not telling you fate.
No, fair enough. What about yourself?
You haven't said it
I
yet.
said Newcastle, yeah.
Newcastle.
So Watford,
What,
Norwich,
Newcastle.
Watford,
Newcastle.
Watford, Norwich, and Newcastle.
I'm with
Newcastle
you.
bottom.
No, I think Norwich is probably going to be bottom, to be honest.
Newcastle, Watford, Norwich.
God, that's a feisty doom, man.
Unless you get Joe Willett, then I'll rechange it.
I think we need Lionel Messi as well, don't we?
I think he's just signed something, but unfortunately.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Such is life.
Well-
apparently he's getting paid £1 million
a minute or
A week.
A week, is it? That's not bad.
£1 million a week with all his sponsors.
Of
Well,
course.
it was also free signing, wasn't it?
Yes.
So, I mean, you know, they saved
You
a
call
lot
it
of
£1 million
money.
a week, it's a free signing.
It's nothing for them. It's nothing for PSG. So,
How many weeks are there? Yeah,
52.
52 million pounds.
It's not bad. Not bad
Sorry,
at all.
sorry, but
hold on though. Do they count?
How does
do they
financial
count-
fair play work with PSG, though? I don't understand.
Hold on a
this.
second though. Do they count the end of season when they're not playing? Do they count that?
well, I suppose he still has to go to training.
Yeah, they
I
will
mean, still
count
it's
that.
away,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I suppose it's just 2 weeks holiday, whichever they've got. That's not counted. So it's 50 weeks.
Gets his holiday pay and
Yeah.
much
So
more.
it's, anyway, I think with that,
I think we are. I think we are.
I think we spoke about our teams. We've given the predictions, and we've also given our top four predictions, and bottom three predictions. So, with that, okay, from Misha, okay, I'd like to thank you for watching us. I'll just say put your comments underneath, like if you like, please subscribe, get your friends to subscribe, get your family to subscribe, get everybody to subscribe. I'm out.